I stumbled to my doorway in the chilly winter air to find a box waiting for me. The deep crimson background allowed the golden animal idols to leap from its surface. Lindt blazed in foil lettering. My December issue of Noir City confirmed what the calendar implied. Another year, come and gone. I poured my tumbler full of the brownest whiskey. We were already 2 days in, so I had some catching up to do. Plunging my finger into the first tiny fold revealed exactly what I had come to expect. Disappointment. A good-for-nothing hollow ball no bigger than a dime. I took a swig to keep the memories from coming back before moving on. Behind the second window sat a golden foil bear wearing a red sweater. God, she would have loved this thing. I woke in a haze, still sitting at my kitchen table, the now empty whiskey bottle still in my hand. The sun peeking through the window reminded me I had only one job for the day: discover what was behind door number 3. After a deep breath, I slid the panel open. Another worthless ball, no different from the day before. 2 days in and we're already out of ideas. Makes you wonder who buys this crap. Makes you wonder who bought this crap for me. With no leads on how this box of lies found its way to me, I decided to call in a few favors. Favors like that take time, something I had just 20 days of left. I felt the need to fill the dead air. Whatever was hiding behind door number 4 might do the trick. Looks like the Lindt has a twisted sense of humor, as another comically small ball treat tumbles from its hole and straight under my cupboard. Hell, we'll just let the rats enjoy that one. Took a long last straw before adding another victim to the ashtray. I swore off these smoke sticks over a year ago, but I guess a lot was different a year ago. The passing cars provided the only light in the room, serving as a reminder of how quickly it can all go dark again. I figure I had at least another day before I'd hear back from the guys, and this calendar isn't going to open itself. My fingers traced over the numbers, and then I waited for my next shot. The revving engine outside was my cue. A solid chocolate bar. Nice. Just as I start to doze off in the dawn's gaze, an envelope manages to find its way under my door. Opening it revealed a name: Melissa Rose. The first lead seemed like reason enough to celebrate, but as I reached for the sauce, there was Antimarinium asking me just this one time to wait for post. Down with the bottle, instead I opened up day 6. Nothing could kill my high, except for another chocolate ball. Where's a clean glass? Melissa Rose. A name you could smell trouble on a mile away. She runs the flower shop not far from here, but her passion rides with the ponies. She's been betting frogs since she was 13, and her horse always comes up short. Going empty-handed assures me a nice view from the sidewalk, but unless she's into empty bottles, I don't have much to offer. Desperate times. I reach for the 7 flap to reveal a golden-wrapped reindeer. Bingo. Harsh winds whip across my face as I stand outside Melissa's shop. No point in trying to ask her any questions while she's tending to her business, so I thought I'd see if I could double up on my confection compensation. Finding a sorry candy orb put those thoughts to rest. As a young couple hurry out, Melissa informs the world to call again. I flash my chocolate trinket in hopes of getting a private audience. 2 steps from walking away, she turns back, gives me a subtle nod. I followed her into the store, her long, trim legs covered by knee-high boots and a flowing black skirt contrasted sharply by a red belt and a tight white knitted sweater. It was the kind of dame you didn't mind walking 6 feet behind. She put the store's counter between us and leaned forward. Her hazel eyes could replace every light in the room. I presented my golden goodie, but I could tell she wanted more. With style, I flipped open day 9, but like wearing a towel to get the paper when an Arctic breeze gives your kindly old neighbor a show, it was nothing but embarrassment. A shrunken ball rolling about. Like a thief in the night, she lifted the calendar from my hands and traced her slender fingers across the numbers, stopping at day 10 as if it beckoned to her. Without a word, she swung open the door, revealing a golden-wrapped bear.
See? This might have been enough,
she claimed as a smirk danced across her face.
but now it's going to cost you a favor.
I snatched the calendar back, determined to find a large treat of my own, but finding only another dull sphere, I lamented. I could feel my face turning red, the embarrassment heating it like a stove warms a kettle. She placed her cool hand on my cheek, turning my head ever so slightly.
You want to know about the calendar, right?
She whispered softly.
Deliver a gift to 201 Front Street tonight. Come back tomorrow evening, and we'll have a nice chat.
I stared at her with stern eyes. She's holding all the cards, and I'm just along for the ride. Grabbing the gift, I turned towards the door.
Don't forget this.
As I turn back, the Lindt is attacking by air, and the corner of the calendar finding my forehead before falling to the floor. Melissa playfully covers her mouth, her cheeks as rosy as her name. She giggles as she nibbles a miniature Lindt chocolate bar. I look down to find door 12 open and empty. How can she always find the good ones? Stumbling out the front door with my mystery gift in one hand and the Lindt calendar in another gave me reason to pause and wonder just how I got to this point. Seems like just yesterday I was sharing treats with my wife, and now I'm running errands for this doll. I look at day 13 as sort of a fortune cookie, something to let me know how the rest of this is going to play out. And wouldn't you know it? Chocolate ball. Something tells me I'm in for a hell of a ride. Going to an address across town meant getting some wheels. Doing so without money meant either dashing or dealing, and I'm no cheap. I turned to my only resource, day 14. Inside was the sweetest gift of all, a golden-wrapped bear. Hailing a cab with the bear aloft high got me plenty of looks, but only one fool daft enough to stop. He asked me how many blocks. I said 8. He said, "Get in." I gave the cabbie the address, but I wasn't ready for his response.
Red and dots for Miss Rose, huh?
I sat in silence, not knowing what answer would put me on the street.
Hey, pal, don't worry about it. I know you can't say nothing. Miss Rose was in deep. I'm glad to see she's finally paying up.
As we pulled up to the place, I fumbled open day 15, hoping to give my new friend a bit of a bonus. I flung a solid chocolate bar into his tin cup and heard a hearty
Grazie mille.
as I exited the cab. Well, ain't that a thing? Looks like I've got the cause of all my problems in one hand and the solution in the other. Wonder how big of a welt she is. 50 grand? 100? This case is heavy enough to be double that, maybe even triple. Fella could buy himself a lot of happiness with that kind of money. Problem is, it can't buy me answers, and right now, that's what I'm after. I pop the chocolate ball from day 16 into my mouth and make my way to the house. It tastes sweeter today. I ring the bell and a goon opens the door. I hold up the case, tapping the embroidered rose on the front. They know who it's from. After taking the case, he starts to open it, and I turn to leave. Better I don't know how much was in there. An angry, authoritative voice bellows from inside, complaining about the cold. As the door closes, I open up day 17 to calm my nerves. A nice solid chocolate bar tells me everything is going to be okay. Of course, the Lindt has lied to me before, and that's when it happened. I don't know how long I was out, but by the small amount of pooled blood and the still distant sirens, it leads me to believe it wasn't long. My ears are ringing, my head is pounding, and I'm laying several yards from the flaming golf house. Struggling to my feet, I see my calendar peeking above the freshly delivered snow. Much like the devastation around me, the 18 door is ripped off and the chocolate ball treat inside smashed. I gotta make my way back to Melissa before she runs. As I stumble through the streets, I feel like I'm being followed. My blood staining the soft snow below that earned even the most inadequate Boy Scout his badge. Hurting. Pieces of the house jammed everywhere. I noticed the missing door and another absent chocolate ball treat from day 19. I can't worry about that now. I've got to make my way back to the shop. I did my part. I want my answers. I found a jackpot behind door 20. A golden wrapped reindeer. This one's all mine. With renewed vigor, I come upon the dark floral shop. The door's locked, but my good friend, Mr. Garbage Can, lets me right in. The light coming from the back room silhouettes her movements. Startled by my entrance, she turns, gun in hand.
Oh, baby, you look like hell. Got a treat left in that box for me?
The phrasing was a question, but the gun assured me it was a statement. I tossed the calendar in her direction. She could get her own treat. She flung open day 21 to reveal a solid chocolate bar. She always could find the good ones.
A year ago when I took this delivery job, I never saw it ending this way. I guess sometimes things work out. You know who ordered this calendar for you? Your recently departed wife. When she was in here, she said the two of you were having so much fun. She wanted this year to be just as good. The irony, right?
My heart sinks. I guess in the end, this is the fate I deserve. Melissa, gun still in hand, goes for another treat, but comes up with a chocolate ball.
Oh, I guess our luck just ran out. It's better this way, darling. They would have just hunted you down in time.
She raised the gun and takes aim. Beaten, battered, I simply close my eyes. Darkness, chilled. The calm silence interrupted by two gunshots, and then nothing. Time passes, then fades. I feel nothing. No pain, no release. I struggle to open my eyes to find the ambient light piercing the darkness like a sunbeam. I see Melissa standing there, gun still in hand, aiming at me. Her mouth slightly agape, a small trickle from her forehead, her white sweater now stained brightly red. The calendar she once held is on the floor, a golden reindeer freed from its bonds. I hear a voice, new but also familiar.
Adios, Melissa Rose. She's right, you know. We'll always keep coming.
My eyes adjust to bring the former cab driver into focus. Two smoking barrels now pointing in my direction.
But you kept her here long enough for me to catch up, so I don't have to miss my kid's Christmas.
He picks the calendar off the ground, tossing it in my direction.
So start running, and hope that we never catch up.
The large bear that had been peeking out from atop the 24 door since the beginning is cracked, the gold foil torn. Now, I'm on the run. From the mob, from the police, even for myself. My one last stop out of town is to visit her one last time, to share a treat with her one last time.